Hey, it's Gina with Tarot and Time, giving you a week ahead tarot and astrology reading for the week of April 4th. I'm also going to give you a love reading today. We're going to concentrate on love as the theme. If you're here specifically for the love reading or you're listening to this at a later date, please use the timestamps below to jump ahead into the piles, okay? So you can go ahead and pick your pile. I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on this week, April 4th through April 10th. So we're starting off the week. We're officially in Aries season, right? We have the sun in Aries, and it has the planet Mercury right next to it, the planet of communication. Planet that rules roadways, it rules deliveries, it rules the delivery of information, right? It has to do with our environment, people around us, our family, our siblings around us, all of those kind of things. So the sun and Mercury are really close together. So they're kind of, when the sun shows up, your life force, when you show up, there's Mercury. And Mercury wants to express itself and comprehend things. But I will say that there's a lot of Mars energy going on with it being Aries season, Mars wanting to take action. And when Mars gets a little out of balance, Mars rules the sign Aries, it can get aggressive, right? It can get argumentative. So you want to keep in mind that that's there. There's passionate energy, fiery Aries, starting off this new zodiac season, pushing ahead, wanting to create tons of different ideas. If you saw my post last week, I wrote dream big, edit later, because we had a lot of dreamy Pisces energy going on. So we can come up with a lot of ideas. Aries is known for having a lot of ideas, but editing later, because Mercury is going to move out of the sign of Aries at the end of this week on Sunday, the 10th. It's going to move into the sign Taurus. So this is, again, a good week to keep thinking big, planning big, writing down all these ideas, getting it down and out. But it's not necessarily the time to share that. And as Mercury moves into Taurus, then you can start to edit. Then you can start to think about what's really a value here. Taurus being an earth sign associated with money, banks. And so really maybe getting more practical approach to your plans and looking for how to get the help to move it forward, right? So this week, again, use that time to dream big, write it down. But like I said, don't get into the sharing part yet. Now there's a lot of the sun is very close to Chiron also, our soul's wound. So there may be some stuff. This is a great time to be journaling all these things that are coming up and out that want to leave us, right? To heal and to leave us, to move forward. So most of the energy is consolidated between Aries. We have the sun, Mercury, and Chiron in Aries. We've still got two planets in Pisces. One of them being Neptune, which rules Pisces. So it works very well there. Very spiritual, super creative. So your creativity, especially if you're an artist right now, your creativity could be through the roof because it's there in its own sign. And then Jupiter's right there next to Neptune in the sign of Pisces also, wanting to expand these ideas. So that's why the ideas can get really big. Some people might call them unrealistic, but don't share that with those people, right? Be unrealistic. Think as big as you want. You will edit that later, and that can start next week. Now, we also have 3 planets in Aquarius, and one of them is Venus. So what do we know about Aquarius? Well, I think Aquarius is one of those signs that we don't know a lot about because we don't always understand Aquarius, because it's the genius, it's the leader, it's cutting edge. So with Venus there in Aquarius, anything's possible, right? Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and it's also considered to be co-ruled by Saturn. So Uranus is that lightning bolt of change. It's going to bring sudden things in, right? Aquarius is also associated with large groups of people, with friend groups. So maybe some friends from the past show up. Maybe some old loves from the past just show up into your life. Saturn is there, very close to Venus, and Mars, how you take action, right? So when love shows up, so does all the rules. So does all the things that we were taught. There's a lot of love for our family there right now. Venus conjunct Saturn. Saturn rules the family, the structure of your life. And Mars is there wanting to take action. Action can also get a little argumentative, so be careful for that. Hold out on the deep conversations until things move out a little bit. Okay, so I had written up the calendar for the week. And so on Monday, the moon will be in Taurus. It's a great time. Taurus is a great time to take care of earthy kind of things, right? Pay your bills, maybe do some food shopping. Taurus loves a great meal. Maybe buy yourself some flowers while you're out, because Venus is going to be the theme this week. There's a lot of Venus just in the fact that spring is in the air, right? We're in New England and things are it's starting to get slightly warmer here, right? We're starting to get that pizzazz of spring, and we're starting to get that fire energy of Aries and new things sprouting up and wanting to take action. And it's starting to feel good because we've spent a lot of time with all this Pisces energy that often can leave us exhausted or just unclear and foggy. And so we may start to feel relief as we move farther into Aries season. So Monday is a great day to do those earthy things, maybe clean the house, make it prettier, whatever you want to do, if you can work in your yard at all, that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of moody energy going on. We have the moon square Venus. There's a bunch of squares this week, right? Squares. So they can be kind of a roadblock, or they can kind of zest off what's no longer needed, right? So if we go gentle enough, we can just have the zesting instead of the roadblock. So Tuesday gets a little bit lighter. The moon moves into Gemini. Now we know Gemini rules our local community. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. It's the messenger, right? So it's a great day to run errands, stay local, keep busy, but avoiding arguments, avoiding road rage, avoiding those kind of things, taking the deep breath and letting things kind of roll off us. Now, Wednesday, we have the moon in Gemini also. There's a little bit of a tendency to maybe be a little lazy on Wednesday. Be aware of that. There's like a little bit of Wednesday, there's kind of laziness. Thursday kind of goes into overindulgence. So my advice to you is to overindulge in wonderful things, right? If it's going to be overindulgent, okay, let's make it. I wrote down tea, baths, love, kindness, right? Let's overindulge in that kind of stuff. And so on Wednesday, just know you might feel a little bit lazier, but the moon is still in Gemini, so it's a good time to write some emails that you need to do, return some calls, maybe call your siblings. It's in Gemini rules your siblings. Great time to go visit a bookstore, and at night maybe you can go support a local restaurant, go out to eat or something like that. Okay, Thursday, the moon's going to move into Cancer. We're going to have a really watery weekend, right? We've got some things going on with Pluto, so we just want to know that it's going to be emotional. It is, but we're going to be blessed with a beautiful sextile with Uranus and a Venus trine the moon on Friday. So there is some positive aspects coming out of this. So whenever there's a watery weekend, I'm always talking about taking things a little bit more mellow, right? Water signs need more rest. Water signs need more nurturing, right? So as we have that weekend, we can start to plan ahead for stuff like that. So for Thursday the 7th, the moon will move into Cancer right before lunch. Warm tea, good food, rest, comfort, safety, and know that your intuition is going to be higher while we're in this watery period, right? So the moon will actually be in its own sign of Cancer that it rules. So your intuition is going to be right on. So how can that help you? Well, if there's something that you're not understanding, if there's something you're not sure of, you can sit with it and ask for that information to come in so that you can feel what's really going on and you can have a little bit more clarity. I find the moon speaks not so much in logic, but more in feeling, right? Or sometimes it comes up as pain. So kind of questioning the pain. What's really going on here? Now, Friday, I wrote down freedom because the moon is sextile Uranus, which is considered like a positive aspect. Uranus rules Aquarius, those large groups of people, those friend groups, those people, I wrote down anything can show up, right? An old friend can show up out of the blue. So maybe it would be good for you to get out a little bit so that you can actually run into some people, right? So even though the moon will be in Cancer and Cancer rules the home, that's okay. Maybe it's a good time to go to a local yoga class or a local spa, something like that. We can get out a little bit, but you still have the theme of tending to yourself, of comfort, of compassion. Maybe a nice slow yoga class. On Saturday, there's a lot of squares going on. And really, if you can stay home, go for it. Sleep in, do what feels good to you. Don't argue with people. Maybe don't even call anybody on Saturday. Maybe just take your alone time. Shut your phone off. And be kind, be loving, and just know that it might be moody. Now, Sunday, the 10th, I'm calling the power day of the week. It is, the moon is going to move into Leo. It's so dynamic. We're going to have a fire sun and a fire moon, right? So things are spicy, things are heated. Harness the passion of that energy. Sunday is a great day to go out to brunch, to go and do something that fills your heart with love, because Leo rules the heart, right? But don't speak. This isn't a time to have a deep conversation with someone about all the things that you're upset about, or it's too hot, it's too spicy, it's too volatile. And so I would wait. The moon is, or Mercury, the planet of communication, is going to leave the sign of Aries on Sunday at night, and it's going to move into Taurus. So once it moves into Taurus, then it might be an easier time to start talking about relationships, what's important, what's of value in that relationship. But right now, with Mercury and Aries and all this fire energy on Sunday, I would enjoy the moment and not get too verbal with wants and demands and all those kind of things. Okay, so have fun. Use that sensual energy, all that fire, passionate energy on Sunday. Great day for a nice date, or go out, go hear some music during the day. Get out and just have fun and just bask in the passion of it all. All right, so I picked some pretty cards for the piles from the Impressionist Tarot, which I don't use too often, but it felt right because I want to talk about love. Everybody wants to talk about love in tarot. And I was just feeling it with all this fire, and I was feeling it with, I was just feeling it. So here we go. So pile number one, and I'm going to have to cheat and tell you who this is because I'm not the best at famous artist. But pile number one is the World card. Renoir, look at that. Paris, Eiffel Tower. So beautiful World card. That's for pile number one. We'll talk more about that if you pick that pile. Pile number two is the Sun, and this is Monet. Okay, so pretty. And then pile number three is the Moon, and it's Van Gogh. Okay, so whichever pile that you're drawn to, that is the pile for you. Let's talk about love this dynamic week ahead. Pile number one. So this beautiful Renoir of the Eiffel Tower. And so this symbol around it is a symbol for Saturn, right? This card is ruled by Saturn. This is the last major arcana of the series. So last major secret of this series. Starting out with the Fool, the Fool's journey, taking that leap of faith forward. And then this is the successful end. This is where you would receive the award or be seen for your hard work paying off. Now, let's see, what is Renoir? It says, I need to feel the excitement of life stirring around me, and I will always need to feel that. So this is beautiful Paris. There's music playing. People are out and about. So great energy for this week with that Gemini energy, getting involved, getting out and about in your community. So Saturn is considered the planet of limit and restriction, right? But it also, over time, the more we work with Saturn, the more success comes over time, right? Everybody kind of dreads Saturn. Really, it's there to help guide us, to help shake loose the things that are loose, to help us not be held down, to move into our highest and best self. So it'll show us where we've achieved and where we failed to reach our goals, right? Now, it's associated with Capricorn, and let me look back at the chart this week, because we know that Saturn is right there. Saturn that rules this card, that rules the sign Capricorn, is right there next to Venus. They're working together. So it really wants to take a look at what restrictions and boundaries are holding you back. Where are you following that voice of, it's almost like the father's voice of, that's not how we do things. Those are not the kind of people you'll date. We don't do that kind of stuff. So that you want to start listening for that voice of what's being said and how that needs to be updated, right? Because Saturn's in the sign of Aquarius, and Aquarius is the rebel. And so it wants to break up things and bring new things in. Saturn rules antiques, tradition, old ways of being. One of my decks, I think it's this one, the Dark Mansion, has the World card is like a wall of all photos of the family, right? That's very Saturn-like. So that's what's coming up here to start, looking at those old ways, what needs to change, what no longer works for us, what isn't true for us, how is that affecting our relationships. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a general reading about love, and then we're going to go a little bit more specific, see what kind of people around you are having love feelings for you. I think we'll go into a few cards of that. Now this can be love if you're single and you're looking for love. This can be looking for deeper love in your relationships. This can be your relationship with yourself, the things that you love, but it's all just opening the heart, okay? So let's see what you need to know. We're starting off with the Five of Swords. So there's definitely been some fights, there's been some loss, there's been some people walking away, there's been some words, let's say it like that. Swords is air, it's communication, there's been things that have been said. In a way, you kind of won, but it's the kind of situation where there's almost like no winning. But those people have been defeated, let's just say it like that. And so there you are, kind of just pondering what's happened, looking back, but you're ready for some change there. Let's see what's going on in the heart of the matter with the Four of Materials from the Muse Tarot. Interesting that there's a camel in the back. Think of all the water that camel holds. Four of Materials. Four is a pause, and it's almost like she's kind of holding on to some pains. And that's ready to move forward. Interesting, all the rose petals. I used some rose petals here around the candle today, the pink candle. Okay, so the heart is ready to start kind of get things moving again, get things hydrated, get things flowing again. Been kind of holding on, kind of been lost in thought and inward feelings. Here's the Four of Wands. I think that's called a bowerbird. It's interesting that he makes his nest on the ground, which doesn't seem like the safest spot, but that's what he does. So could almost be like some safety issues if you're feeling vulnerable, almost feeling like intruded on emotionally. Your foundation card is the Ten of Inspiration. This is such an interesting card. I used to think those were horses, but now it kind of looks more like oxen. So 10 of Inspiration is 10 of Wands. And, you know, a 10, it's almost like they're carrying all these vessels of water here. And it's almost like you're ready to move on from that overwhelmment. There's a lightness coming in. You're ready for that. A lot of change. There's an end of a story happening here to move you into lighter times. Got the Ace of Cups behind the scenes, the Cup of Satisfaction. We're talking about love here, people. So that's kind of nice to see showing up in the background. Here's the Star card. So there's something that like you've been purified, you're ready to move forward. There's some old things that you were holding on to that you're now they're starting to spark up to clear out and leave. There's the 10 of Swords, another 10. A lot of overthinking. And the good news is that's changing because you have the Ace of Cups here and a 10, a 1 and a 10. You also have a 10 here. And we've got the 2 of Wands here. Interesting. So as you move out of this, like there's almost like grieving energy here. There was some kind of loss here. It could have been a while ago too. It didn't even have to be recent, but it looks like you may have like really, your heart was really hurt. And so this is saying to me, like, this is time to move through this and get this out once and for all, because I see a new relationship coming in. This is a 2 of Wands, 2 of Fire, something new coming in. So let's talk more about what that looks like. What is this new relationship that's coming in? Looks like it's in the summer. It looks like it's by the ocean. It looks like it's this moment of time that could almost be missed easily. Let's see what we're talking about here. We've got the Hanged Man. Three of Swords. Six of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So the Hanged Man is the card of divine delay, right? And I feel like you've been stuck in this delay. You've been grieving something. Here's this grieving card. And I think it goes back to this 5 of Swords. That initial, whatever argument happened, whatever happened there, seems that 2 people walked away. That grieving period, like, it's kind of like, we have to grieve. We have to take that time. We have to honor that time. But it's like it's coming to the end of that time, that you are ready now. And now you are ready to move forward. Now you are ready for some fresh energy to come in. It's almost like here's this little llama, almost ready to be sheared, almost ready to let go of some of that old stuff. Here's this beautiful 6 of Wands. It's like the future is wide open for you. Okay, so I want to do, this is a little different than we usually do. I want to do a little bit about what love is available for you right now. Okay, let's see what we have coming up for you. We've got the 8 of Materials. Okay. Here's the 8 of Materials, 8 of Pentacles, which is traditionally like a work card, right? All these hands, and it's almost like, it's like maybe it's somebody that you work with. There's these team of people, there's these team of arms kind of working together. We've got the 3 of Emotions, the 3 of Cups, which is a lovely card, celebration. And then we've got the Muse of Voices, which would be the King of Swords, who is really very much a business person. It's kind of interesting that all of these, like, this is that person, like shadow or a mirror image. This is almost like all the parts of her. And this one's like all these arms, right? So I see you coming into a little bit more of peace with yourself. But I do feel that there's something here through your work relationships. Now, I'm going to pull a few cards about who it is, who is available, where is the energy that maybe has some feelings for you. Got the Lovers, the King of Pentacles, and the 9 of Cups. Okay, so what I'm getting from this, the Lovers is beautiful. So the energy that's available isn't just like friendship energy. There's some serious love energy going on here. It's also a card of choices, right? This is the card of the year this year. So this is something that's going on now. So the King of Pentacles, be like a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo king. Very stable, very like almost has always been there. I'm getting the impression that this is someone that you may have known. There's something here where like I'm getting this fondness. And so we're asking, where is the love? Where is it coming from? Who has this for you? This may be a relationship that you're already in, but there's like this new spark coming up. Here's the 9 of Cups, just kind of standing his ground. Like there's all those emotions. And I feel like there's this stable energy of someone who's like helped, maybe been a friend to you through a lot of emotions, maybe was a friend to you through this breakup. And I just want to pull a couple more. Any more information about this person where love will be available? Again, if you're in a relationship, just because we're saying the word love, it could be that their love for you really supports you, helps you move forward, right? It doesn't have to be sexual. We got the King of Wands, the 3 of Voices, and the Wheel. Okay, I'm almost getting the impression that this person has been here for you through a lot of changes, through a lot of hard times. This is the 3 of Swords. This was also the 3 of Swords. The Wheel, through all these different changes of emotion, when you were on the top of the world, lower, and then the Muse of Inspiration is the King of Wands. So there's something here about that person just really like there's some, like they're always going to be there for you kind of feeling. I'm going to roll some dice and see if we can get some information astrology-wise about this person. Coming up as Scorpio, Saturn and Scorpio in the 7th house. Okay, so we started off talking about Saturn, right? We started off talking about the World card. Saturn actually rules the workplace. I kind of was picking up that there was something going on here in your workplace. Scorpio is deep emotion, right? It's deep, deep. They're probably not going to share their feelings with you. If this is someone that you're not already in a relationship, or you may be somebody you're in a relationship with, but that's just not going to share all their deep secrets with you. Although Scorpio does rule sex, which is interesting. And then you rolled the 7th house, which is house of relationships. It's Libra's house, right? So this person may have some Capricorn energy, could even have Aquarian energy because Saturn is the co-ruler of Aquarius. There's Scorpio going on, 7th house Libra energy, okay? So, is there anything else that I need to tell you here? I'm going to do some letters, see if we get a name. Do we have any names here? I have the name Dean. D-E-A-N. I have the name, any more names? I'm going to give you a chance to do this too. I'm just seeing if anything pops out to me. I have the word clue. It might be giving you clues, but I don't know how verbal they're going to be with Scorpio there. It's not always like that. They kind of speak like a non-verbal language more than anything. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to do a little charms too. Let's see if we get any more letters. Okay, I've got a few more letters. So up top, we've got a sun and a cloud over the 5 of Swords, along with the sign of Aries. So it could have been, if the 5 of Swords, maybe the argument was with an Aries, or maybe it was very intense argument because Aries is very fiery. Maybe it was recently because we're in Aries season. This beautiful moose next to a fox, right up there at the 5 of Swords. We have a 3 of Hearts floating around here, which kind of feels like the 3 of Swords again. We have a U, which I'm going to bring down here. A King of Clubs and a 4 of Spades. 4 of Spades fell over the 4 of Materials. It's kind of been this pause going on. We have a book and a howling coyote, mermaid, button. The number 52, I've got an N here that I'm going to bring down into here. I have the name Dan, and I have, okay, I've got 2 E's that showed up. So I got the word tree, and I have the word wit, and the letter U. Okay, we've got a guitar over the King of Pentacles and a gift over the Muse of Inspiration. And our fortune cookie says, never fear, the end of something marks the start of something new. Very beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna pull you a couple of oracle cards and we'll send you on your way this week ahead. There's a tree showing up. There's, yeah, so I would say get out, take some walks, get into a situation where you can actually see people, right? I think after COVID, we've gotten so used to being alone. So get out and take a walk and give it a chance so that you can actually meet someone. Like, here's this beach, right? You need to be walking on that beach to see that creature in the water. Snake charmer. Frame of reference. That's interesting because this is kind of like a frame of reference, right? Here's the poles. Here's the frame of reference. Here's the snake charmer. He is pretty badass. Feels very Scorpio too. Okay, did we do everything we wanted to do? Have a great week ahead. Pile number 2, this beautiful sun card by Monet. And let's see, the little quote that this book says is, the noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding. Interesting. So the sun shines bright, it gives us clarity, we can see clearly, looks very romantic. So we're talking about the week ahead, but we're also talking about love. We're talking about spring in the air, fresh new year of Aries, new zodiac year, and really just how to find satisfaction in this new year. Let's see what we're starting off with. 10 of Wands, this little snail using his slime to keep all those wands together. It's exhausting, right? So you might be a little exhausted, overworked. Such a difference between just in this boat, enjoying, savoring, love, joy. Let's see what you need to know here. The heart of the matter, we have the Hermit card. Very cool, huh? Coming in the heart of the matter, the hermit who is searching for truth, who's on this inner journey, but usually seen walking barefoot, searching. And it's almost like the light is going off, right? There's like, ooh, these brilliant ideas. There's more clarity now. How to be more true to yourself. Virgo card. I think of the Hermit as Virgo, although I think some people say Pisces. But it's still this inner searching, and it's health and wellness. And so there we are with the Hermit coming up in the heart position. Now supporting the heart of the matter, we have the Empress. Beautiful, fertile ground, royal energy, ruled by Venus. She's giving birth. She's giving birth to something beautiful. And so there it is, supporting the heart of the matter, the Hermit being your true self, finding your way, finding your unique way, and then having things just blossom there. Now, don't forget, it's Venus. We're talking about love, right? So love is coming up here, asking you to put down some of your burdens. Or 10 of Wands can also be all these ideas, right? And being really true to what you need, your unique needs. Venus is currently in the sign of Aquarius, that unique energy. Foundation of the matter is the 5 of Pentacles. So Pentacle, earth energy grounding you. 5 is ready for a change, right? And there's kind of like this mother holding this child. And there's kind of like this lack mentality, that there's loss, when it really coming in next to the Empress, which is so fertile and lush. So this is a good time to start looking at our mentality, looking at what's really going on in the big picture. Are you overworking because you have this underlying poverty mentality going on in the background, that there's never enough? And maybe you learned that earlier in childhood, and maybe you're ready now to start clearing that up. We know that last week we had a lot of Chiron aspects. We still have the sun very close to Chiron, our soul's wound. We had some North Node, South Node things, and some Lilith things, all talking about like old stuff and some anger and rage that needs to come up. And so there's some old outdated things here about relationships, maybe that you learned through your parents' relationships, that you're ready to start shifting so that you can find your more genuine happiness. Behind the scenes, we have the Death card. I love this version. He looks so bored, so over it, right? So there's some things changing in the background, and I think some of that is conformity. Try to conform to the way you think it's supposed to be. It's just untrue. Those are just the stories that we're told. Here's the Six of Voices, Six of Swords. I love this card. I feel like that's your higher self just giving you a little nudge to take the leap. And this is a 6-year numerology. We are ready. We're ready to take those leaps ahead. This is also a minor version of the Lovers card, right? So maybe we're ready to move forward and take that leap of faith. We have the Seven of Swords showing up here. 2 swords kind of being left behind. 5 moving forward. Change. So there's a change in thinking. There actually may be a relationship that you're leaving or have left that just doesn't work for you, right? That you have to make your choices. What works for you and what doesn't. Because there's some communication in some of these relationships that are just off. And you need to see, it doesn't make you bad to say, no, that doesn't work for me. Here's the 8 of Inspiration, 8 of Wands. You know, often this is called the honeymoon card. And look at her, she's just moving ahead in all the stages of who she is, getting better and better. This feels very Aries-like to me. Very beautiful, very fashionable, ready to move forward, full speed ahead, and really becoming your better self. It's like you're giving birth to your better self, and you're breaking away from these things that don't work for you, and this idea of lack, and this idea of like, you have to do it all. I'm gonna pull a couple more, and then we're gonna go more specifically into love. Anything else here? The Magician. And the 5 of Swords again. Okay, so the Magician's here, and the Magician I placed right over the Death card. They're both Scorpio. They're both Pluto, right? That wants to bring transformation in, and you're ready. And like, this is such a beautiful version of the Magician from the Muse Tarot. She's ready to make those changes. And the 5 of Voices is showing up. And I'm sorry, you didn't have the 5 of Voices before. You had the 5 of Pentacles. This is the 5 of Swords. And it's like she's ready. Look at all these people sitting there in meditation. There's some thoughts that need to go. There's some peace that you need to make with yourself. Oh, I know why I was saying 5 of Swords, because the 7 of Swords showed up and he's taking 5 with him. So there's like almost like a peace that you need to make with yourself about some decisions that you've made, maybe some people that you've left behind. You were on the right path. You needed to do those things. Okay, so there's a peace that you need to make with yourself. Okay, so now we're gonna go more into love and like what you need to know right now. We're talking about if you're looking for love, if you're looking to deepen your love in a relationship, if you're looking to love yourself more. Let's talk about that kind of stuff. So what kind of love is available for you right now? I'm gonna pull from a couple decks. Let's see what we've got. What kind of love is available for you right now? Because we know we've got that Uranus, that lightning bolt that can bring things in all of a sudden out of the blue. And I feel like that very much feels like the Magician too to me. So what kind of love is available? Here's the 7 of Emotions. So things aren't always clear, but there seems to be a lot of options and a lot of emotions going on. Here's the 10 of Voices, 10 of Swords. There's definitely there's an opportunity now for more gentleness to yourself, to choose more thoughts that are supportive of you, less critical, because I feel like there's a lot of like criticalness going on with yourself. You're unique. And so kind of working toward dropping that, being kinder to yourself. Here's the Knight of Pentacles, and he's questing for something of value. He would be a Capricorn or a Taurus or a Virgo, younger energy. And then here's the Tower. And I was just referencing the Tower, that some things can be all of a sudden, and there's almost like this freedom that just came in, like all of a sudden you've been freed from something. I see you moving ahead. I don't know if you're breaking up with someone, or someone isn't really being honest about who they are, and something's changing here. You're being freed. I'm gonna roll some dice and see if we can get any astrology signs about where the love is available for you. If there's anyone that has interest in you, let's see what we've got. We've got the Sun in Libra in the first house. So the Sun has to do with the sign Leo, right? And we started off with the Sun. You had the Sun card, right? So there's something really beautiful there, something dynamic. The Moon's gonna move into Leo by Sunday. We'll get out and about, do something. Maybe go on a little boat, maybe take a little canoe ride. The sign Libra is a relationship sign. It's a Venus sign. And the first house is something new, something fresh. It's Aries season, right? So it could have to do with a Libra or an Aries or a Leo. And I definitely just see that as you start to be kinder to yourself, as you start dropping some of this old guilt and stuff over something that didn't work out before, there's new, fresh, like it's being cleared for you. And so you don't have to sit there and just keep looking back. You're ready to move forward. I just want to pull two more about love. How to find it, how to get what you're looking for. Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the Devil. Okay, well, these are pretty exciting. Here's the Queen of Wands. She's just kind of basking in the sun, right? She doesn't do much until she pounces on something. Right? She's a fiery queen. She'd be an Aries queen, Sagittarius, Leo. So there's some beauty, there's some joy. She's surrounded by sunflowers, really a world traveler involvement, right? So maybe you're too focused on like here, and maybe you need to look bigger, look out more at more options, and kind of sit and observe. She's not taking major action, she's observing. Here's the Ace of Cups, which is the cup of satisfaction. It's a kingfisher. Looks really great. And here's the Devil, and he's breaking free from constraints, right? He will not be held, right? So we know that Venus is in Aquarius, close to Saturn. We know that it wants to break out of the old and move into the newness. It wants to move out of shame and guilt and move into trueness and move into being your unique self. So as you do things to free yourself from that free yourself from those old rules and allowing your unique new self to be born, you're going to just attract better and better things to you. So I would say definitely get out and about on Sunday when the moon's in Leo. Look at the bigger picture, observe, see who's observing you, and keep breaking free, because that kind of energy is going to attract more powerful energy to you. Okay, I'm going to pull some charms. And some letters. First off, you've got two moose, these cool moose buttons. You got two of them. And I think of the moose in the animal totem deck, the moose is the Queen of Cups. Deep emotion, but also like moose can swim. I don't like, how did we know that? And so it's like we're capable of so much more than people might expect from us. You've got a train and a sailboat. Definitely if you can get out in a little boat, that'd be a good thing. I've got the word, a letter L-A-T. We're going to move that over when we pull our letters. I have the word start over the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is the start of something new. So something is starting. And the sun symbol showed up right next to it. We started with the sun. We've got great. You're ready for a party on our fortune cookie. If you get invited to a party, go. Or maybe it's time for you to have one. Nice, like a brunch party on Sunday could be really fun. Okay, we got 065. Now I'm gonna do some letters and see if we can make some names. We still have the LAT from before, if that's anybody's initials. Pay attention for that. Okay, let's see what we've got. 2 W's. And I think I've got the word shop. Do I have the word shop? S-H, oh no, I don't. I'm always looking for the word shop. Okay, got the word guess. Or it could be the word guest. Ooh, maybe you're gonna have an old friend wanna come stay with you. Wouldn't that be fun? Got the word lead, L-E-A-D. And let's see what else. I'm gonna leave, you're gonna be able to take a look at this. Got the word slate. Slate. And the word hop. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of this so you can see if you can make anything else out of this. And have a great week. Pile number 3. This beautiful moon card. Okay, I'm just gonna give you a little information that the book says about this. All right, so the moon, we know the moon card is related to Pisces in tarot. Here it says, this is Vincent van Gogh, the emotions are sometimes so strong that I work without knowing it. The strokes come like speech. And we know Mercury's close to the sun right now, so that could be almost like it can just channel right through you. So let's see, what else do I want to tell you about the moon card here? Let's see, it says the moon symbolizes the dreamlike world of intuition, which swirls in a shadowland of mystery and illusion. Because the moon reflects the sun, it symbolizes the need for reflection and contemplation. Okay, so reflection, contemplation, there's that relationship there. Let's see what you need to know this week ahead. And we're definitely talking about spring fever here, love in the air. Well, you're starting off with the Devil card. This is one of the cards of the year for 2022. It's number 15, 1 and 5 equals 6. So the Devil, you know, the Devil rules anything below the belt. It rules old things, old ways of being. It's ruled by Saturn. And Saturn rules like antiques and antiquated ways of being, old outlooks. It also rules things that we push down like shame and guilt and all of that. And here she is showing up very vibrantly, right? Maybe burning up some of that old stuff, those old ways. Because our wisdom is really showing us the way now. See what the heart of the matter is? We've got the World card for the heart of the matter. Also ruled by Saturn. This is the last major arcana. This is, now I forgot what the name of this is, but this is like, it formed underwater for a long time until it surfaced and it looks like land. So there's been a lot going on behind the scenes, basically. Like your current growth may look like all of a sudden just happened overnight, but you have been learning, you have been reflecting, you have been doing some deep work here, really. Supporting the heart of the matter, we have the Page of Voices, Page of Swords. It's young energy, looks very intellectual. Almost kind of reminds me of like, almost like having stepped into therapy and just saying, okay, I'm ready, let's do this. Let's take a look at what's been really going on here, and fabulous. Your foundation card is also the Page of Swords. So this is the same card twice. So it's supporting the heart of the matter, and it's also your foundation. Just showing up in this new way. Maybe not really feeling, maybe you're showing up and maybe you've been in a relationship for a long time. Maybe you're showing up alone now. Maybe this is new, but there's a new way of thinking that you're ready. There's some old guilt. There's some old stuff that's over, and there's a freshness coming in. Behind the scenes, we have the Three of Cups, this beautiful card of celebration. A lot of women around. The Hierophant, your inner guide. Ready for some change, bigger picture. And you're moving into, but this pile had more majors than any of the other ones did. Here's the Judgment card. I love this one. It's like they're waiting for Santa Claus. And this is, you know, this is a 2. It's card number 20. It's a 2. And there's kind of like laying some old stuff to rest and stepping into your power, like you're Santa Claus, right? Like stepping into it, showing up, bringing joy. There's a change here. There's a position of change where you're now like this leader. Here's the Three of Wands, getting on the road, waiting for her carriage to come pick her up. You're ready to move on from some stuff. There's like, I see endings, I see newness, I see reflections on from what you've learned. If you're not currently in a relationship, with the Judgment card, I see kind of ending something, making room for something new, moving forward. It almost feels like selling a house, saying goodbye to a lot of the old memories, and then like getting in the cab and moving on to your new life. That's the vibe I'm getting here. So let's talk about love. Let's talk about what love is available for you. Again, this can be if you're looking for new love. This can be if you're looking to deepen the love that you're in. This can be playful energy. This can be love for yourself, all that good stuff. So let's see what's coming up. What kind of love is available for you right now? Well, we've got the Fool card, and really, I don't really need to pull any more cards. It's fabulous. Justice, I'm gonna pull some anyways. And the Three of Inspiration. Okay, this is really exciting because here's the Fool and here's that fresh journey, right? And you had the World card. This was the last card. This is the first major arcana, last major arcana. Taking the leap of faith, this was the end of the story. Now you had that end of the story coming up in your heart position. There's a lot of success and a lot of beauty, especially as you drop guilt and shame and any sense of responsibility there. And there's this beautiful, fresh newness for you, so much lighter. And so, you know, we have Venus in Aquarius right now. This is Aquarius. This is just like getting out there, who knows, wherever you're pulled. That's so exciting. I love that. Here's the Justice card, which is a Libra card. It's like she's cracking open. It's like the relationship with yourself is getting so strong, and now you're ready for a relationship with others. This is a Venus card. This is beautiful. This is card number 11, which is also a 2. So that's your second time of getting like a 2. Here's the Three of Inspiration, the Three of Wands. There's the domino effect. There's just so much dynamic energy moving forward. This is actually, these are both the same card coming up in your future position. Hey, Three of Wands in the future position twice is a fabulous thing. Okay, so let's talk about, let's see, I'm gonna roll some dice and specifically asking for astrology signs of anyone where the love is available. Someone who may be thinking of you. Let's see what we got. We've got Mars in Libra in the 10th house. Okay, Mars rules Aries. Mars is the planet of action. Mars is written as a symbol for male, right? So it could be a man, it can be, or it can be very an Aries in general. It can be now, because we're in Aries season, right? Wanting to take action. Libra, which you had here with the Justice card, Venus sign. So wanting to take action in relationships. And the 10th house really has to do with your career and your work and your stability and your long standing. And so it could be something at work, or it could be someone who's a Capricorn, okay? So I'm gonna pull a couple more oracle cards and see if there's anything else we need to know about the love that is available for you right now with all this spring fever. We've got the word blessing, the word seance. Interesting. and the word oracle. I find it interesting that blessing, she has her hand on her head. And then in seance, he's got his hand on his head. And Aries rules the head. Mars rules the head. So it's kind of like right now, it keeps coming up as Aries. And here's the oracle, right? Kind of, and she's holding an ace of clubs there. Okay, so here you are getting a tarot reading, and it seems like there's some dynamic Aries in your life or something to do with Libra and Capricorn. It seems like now. It seems like things are ending, you're lightening up, you're ready to move forward. And I have to pull, I gotta pull a couple more. Anything else about this love? It's a Six of Wands. We're in a 6th year. And the Hierophant again. Okay. Here's the Six of Wands, very triumphant this year, fiery. It's exciting. And here's the Hierophant again. So you had it here and you had it behind the scenes here. So the Hierophant would be like, it's spiritual, right? It's looking up to something. It could be like a yoga class. It could be going to your church. It could be something there. It's your inner guide, allowing your inner guide to pull you into the right places. So I would sit in meditation. I would take this watery weekend to really feel what it is. But I see you moving forward no matter what. Whether you're entering a new relationship or you're reconnecting with one that you have, there's some kind of playful energy coming in, okay? I'm going to do a few charms. And the number 6 up here, on top of the devil, we have this like unicycle, this star, and a letter, like a written letter, postcard. We have the word what over Page of Voices and this flag. Okay, we have the word where, the letters H and U, which we're gonna use. We have a circle and this, I think that's, I'm not sure what that is. Okay, and let's do some letters. We're looking for names, any initials. Let's see what we've got. Wow, the first word I see is sex, so I'm gonna have to put that out there. Nobody else got that, so all right. We're not messing around here. I think I have, let's see, F-A-V. I thought I had the word favor. Favor? Is that how you spell favor? F-A-V-O-R, favor. Sex favor. Okay. And what else do I have? I have a Z. I'm going to put that over to the side. I have the word noon. Noon sex. Okay. It's a great weekend for it. Saturday was saying stay home. Sunday was saying, you know, it's Leo, it's exciting, it's dynamic. So maybe this is a good time, Friday, Saturday, maybe go to that yoga class on Friday, maybe get out there, or maybe, you know, do something spiritual that you enjoy, something comforting to you. And then maybe see who shows up. Maybe there's some people from the past, maybe there's something, or yeah, let's see, I've got the word hat. And do I have anything else? Oh, that was a U. I'm gonna have to turn this over to you guys to see what you can find. I don't think I'm not seeing anything else. So I'm just gonna leave this. You can take some pictures, see if these are initials for you, for anybody. And have a fabulous week.